Roger Federer after his win against Diego Hartfield, post his interview with Courier at the Australian Open in 2008. Credit. Vince's CaligiuriThe exchanges have the double effect of often leaving the audience in stitches and providing a glimpse into the personality of some of the best athletes in the world. How does he get away with it? There's a couple of things, says Courier. First of all, the players have just won a match and typically it's on Rod Laver Arena, so the players are in a really good mood. So you start from that, and that's a huge advantage. Then you factor in that I've played and that I'm not a journalist, I'm a former player and I've been sent out there and I'm not going out there to ambush them, although sometimes I might ask them questions that might make them a little off-kilter, but I hope it's coming across in a good way. Courier in his heyday. Credit. The 48-year-old is on a flying visit to Sydney, wheeled out by Nine to disprove their coverage of the Australian Open, which they snatched the rights from Seven in March last year. The 6-year, $348.5 million deal gives them exclusive rights to broadcast all premium tennis until 2024. He has been awake since 3 a.m., up answering emails and watching the news in his hotel room, figuring with such a short visit there's no real point in adjusting to the new time zone. Dressed in a blue suit, he looks exactly like he does on TV, lean, shiny-cheeked and with the strawberry blonde hair combed into place. Chatting with Lane Hewitt in 2005, credit. Vince's CaligiuriThe graciously answers deeply tennis nerd questions. In case you've ever wondered, he didn't know Andre Agassi wore a wig until he read about it in Agassi's autobiography, Open, and volleys back any queries about his new commentary partners. Much like his tennis, he gives you a little, but not enough to score many points. It's a thrill to be at the big tournaments for me, he says. That's what really gets me excited from a commentary standpoint, from a fan standpoint, just watching the best players in the world chase history. So to get a chance to be a part of Nine's team as we embark on this new journey together, building something special together, at a really special event for me personally. Nine's commentary lineup isn't a million miles from Seven's. Australian greats Todd Woodbridge and Lane Hewitt are returning to the box, along with Alicia Malik, Jelena Dohakic, Sam Groth and Dylan Alcott. But the real interest comes with Nine's big new signing, fiery U.S. tennis legend John McEnroe. Renowned for his on-court temper tantrums, McEnroe has since morphed into a top commentator in the vein of lovable grumpy uncle. With three former no-ones in such a small space, McEnroe, Courier and Hewitt, who gets to be top dog? I don't think the three of us will be working together in the same space, Courier bats back. It will be variable. I know John also works for an American broadcaster during the tournament, so he won't always be available for Channel 9, but he'll be very visible. He'll do plenty. The pair have worked together on U.S. networks and still catch up on the Legends circuit. Old tennis players don't die, they just keep going on, albeit a little slower. I just played him twice about 2 weeks ago, adds Courier. He's a great competitor and still treats everything like it's the 1980 Wimbledon final. For this year's Open, Courier says the story to watch is of the old guard, never say die Federer, who is chasing a record 7th Australian Open title, and a resurgent Novak Djokovic versus a new wave of young men, Alexander Zverev, Jung Hae-on, Denis Shapovalov, Felix Aliassime, your local hero/villain, Nick Kyrgios. He has the potential to beat anybody on a given day, says Courier of Kyrgios. And the key to doing that every day is working at it. And I sincerely hope he wakes up and says, you know what? I'm going to give it a go, and see how good he can be. It'll be sad for fans if we can't see that. Because he's electric. When it's on, it's on. When Courier retired in 2000, he said tennis allowed him to avoid having a real job, but he's had something that looks like one ever since. As well as commentating, he's captained the U.S. Davis Cup team, founded a tennis events company and a children's tennis charity. He still catches up with former sparring partners Agassi and Pete Sampras, playing golf and talking family and the state of the world. Andre is right on top of all that stuff. He has 2 young sons with his wife Susanna Lingman, and while he would like them to be conversant with tennis, he has no plans to be a nightmare tennis dad. I would probably be the one telling the other parents to shut the F up, he says, laughing. There's nothing you can do about it, so just sit down and shut up. The Australian Open runs from January 14 to 27.